It's early in the morning, but you know what? Fuck it. Let's get into it. I see all of the headlines. Um, yeah, we did an interview with a publication, and when we did the interview with the publication, they had access to the first episode. In the first episode of Brat Loves Judy, we are in search of black donors. So a question was asked around that because you saw in real time us trying to find a black donor and you saw the difficulties. There are difficulties. So there's a lot of facts in the world that people, I feel like, really don't know or are ignorant to. And that's that black men make up 5% or less of the sperm donation pool. And then even with that, once you put in your genetic testing, you'll be lucky to find one, if any. I'm a carrier of 4 different things. 4. And since we getting into it, I'm gonna in one of the slides you're gonna see everything. And the severity of the things that I'm a carrier of, if we chose somebody that had the same thing, our child would most likely have it. And they're severe. So
hi, you guys. So Brat and Judy went viral yesterday after I get an interview that I don't know who they were doing the interview with, to be honest. I saw the story all over the place. But I had spoke on this before because I was talking about how there was a lesbian couple, well, a lesbian mother. I don't know. I think her wife, she kind of makes the videos. You guys might know who I'm talking about. You might not. But their child, the little boy, looks identifiably Caucasian, right? And that's fine. No one's saying anything because obviously people adopt. Some non-black families will adopt a black child. Some non-white families will, adopt a white child. And so this is not a new conversation. However, I think people kept asking the young lady, why didn't she decide to have a black child, right? And she, she was upset. She was like, what do you mean? We couldn't, we just went with who we could get to donate or whatever, or maybe they didn't even think about it, which is also possible. I don't know. But I think people need to be careful in these conversations because it is important to understand that people are treated in this world how they show up, okay? And so, and money don't always protect that conversation, so let's not go there. It don't. And so I think that's the real concern in the conversation. However, it always takes a real ignorant turn. So I don't even want to get into it. And then she's saying that she had health issues and whatnot. But then Judy has children, right? She has other children. Did she make these same decisions when she decided to have those kids with her husband? Because I believe she was married to a man before, to my understanding. Did she make sure he was a matchup with her? This is the first time we're hearing this, right? And so it kind of makes you wonder how important all these things have always been to her. But, who's going to ask these tough questions, right? But it is what it is. She said that it's going to play out on the show. And I think Fox Soul also, they just ran a special on this shortage of black sperm donors. And as they were saying in their documentary, black people don't trust the medical system. That's not a secret. It could be one of the reasons why you don't see men get involved in that. Even if they can make money doing it, they don't get involved with anything medical because of things that have happened to African Americans in this country in the past. So it's understood. It's understood. But I think I can see some of the young mothers that really don't have the resources to really find the right donor making this decision as well. But I feel like Brat and Judy should have the resources to really look for the person that they really wanted to have a child with. Now, maybe they just don't care, and it's okay to say that as well. But like I said, I think it is a real conversation about identity there. We can't ignore that. But let me know what you guys think about this. I guess we'll hear this whole conversation play out when their show starts. She woke up having to respond to the whole situation going viral yesterday. And you have to wonder too, let me throw this out here. Where's the advocacy for Black men to feel comfortable wanting to go and donate? It's that part too. Because I feel like Black people do need to show some type of concern about our existence. We have a right to be here. And this child is not Brat and Judy. I don't know whose eggs is, they're both light skinned Black women. So more than likely the child will not even look like them. And let's just be honest about that. So, like I said, people are treated the way they show up. You may feel that this person's going to have some grand life because they've fallen on the white side or whatever you want to think with that, which may not always be true, right? Because they are still going to have to come to grips with who they are and who raised them and what that means and how they have to figure out where they fit in the world. So is that part too? I think people sometimes are so busy trying to make some statement or this kumbaya, we are the world stuff. And the world is not like that. So let's not pretend like it is, because it's not. It's not like that. And you having this child is not going to make it that way, because there's tons of other biracial children out here and the world still is crazy as hell. Okay. So that's it and that's all. Let's just keep it real in the conversation. I think that they have a right to decide to have a child however they choose to have the child. I think, though, people are asking them honest questions, and no one's trying to judge them in any way. You have a right to do whatever you want to do with your body and however you choose to raise your children. But I think that how a child is going to show up in the world is a real conversation. Because like I said, if you guys know that girl that's on TikTok, I mean, she was going off. She was going off. And people kept, because every time, she come down people's timeline, they don't know that somebody else had already asked her that. So they kept asking her, why didn't you choose a Black sperm donor? So I don't know. Let me know what you guys think about this conversation, and I'll see you in the next video.